So a lot of us were expecting a Queen Elizabeth retrofit, and I know a lot of people want this retrofit as much as people want a New Jersey rerun right now. Yeah, there's a lot of you guys. Um, but we do have an event going on right now where, oh my god, my game is out of date. All right, well, not that, but there is an event going on right now where if you log in and complete some missions for 7 days, you get a equipment for Queen Elizabeth. So this equipment, honestly, I had a lot of expectations. Actually, not that much. Probably like okay expectations for this gear being really, really good. But it's kind of bland. So as I'm patching this game update, here is the gear. Now this is in the data mines that was posted last night. I usually don't do data mine videos, but I don't want to wait until next week to post this because next week is going to be a new UR event. And by the time we get the augment for Queen Elizabeth, the event will be out and you guys will be focused on that and not be worried about Queen Elizabeth's gear or whatever. So this gear, it's not an augment, so like this exclusive spot right here, if we go to Queen Elizabeth right now, battleship, Royal Navy, we go to Queen Elizabeth, it's not this slot right here, it's this slot, it's an auxiliary. So you go over here at plus 10, 15 firepower, 12 evasion. I already don't like this because taking up an auxiliary slot for a battleship and providing only 15 firepower is very, very negligible. Very. So I don't like it. And the skill here, but it does have a skill. When equipped by Queen Elizabeth, gain effect schedule matters T break. For now. I guess that's what it's called for now. And what the skill does is every time the ship fires her main guns, heals 3% of her max HP. I'm not really for sustain. I think sustain is negligible for what Queen Elizabeth wants to do, because initially why she's benched is because she does no damage. So having her have sustain is like very, very negligible here. This is the last thing you want to give her. Not more defense or this defense in general, but she needs damage. That is the big thing, and a big stat boost as well too. Like a retrofit would have been nice. When equipped by any other HMS ship, every odd salvo fired by Queen Elizabeth gains the effect schedule matters meeting, which is the second part right here. Will be determined. All HMS ships deal 3% more damage for 8 seconds. Upon this effect ending, Queen Elizabeth gains the effect schedule matter T break. So you don't have to equip this on her. If you equip this on any other HMS ship, it works out just fine. And you get a 3% bonus whenever Queen Elizabeth fires her main guns for 8 seconds. Now, the ships that would really benefit from this are probably going to be like mediocre ships, like mid-tier ships. Evasion and firepower are cool stats, but those are very, very tiny like stat buffs right here. So if we were to go to the HMS faction, we go to Vanguard. There's not many ships you want to have this auxiliary on because it takes away from their survivability. When you guys look at a auxiliary that gives firepower and evasion, that ship must already have a lot of sustainability. So usually a heavy cruiser or Plymouth is who you want to have this on, but they're better off with other options out there. So honestly, if you want to get like a lot of value from Queen Elizabeth's buff, you're gonna have to run a ship that benefits the 15 firepower, but isn't like a superstar. A superstar of a Vanguard ship for HMS is like Drake, Plymouth. These are the ones that are gonna see high damage output from, and these are the ones that you don't want to give these to because they're better off getting other gear that will either help them with survivability or just bring out more damage for them, like a gold burn or something like I have on my Plymouth right here. A gold burn is better overall compared to the 15 firepower because it gives more HP as well too. So a good example of having this HMS auxiliary on is going to be London. She can buff Vanguard. She can buff your backline as well too by giving buffing your whole fleet as well too by giving this buff to Elizabeth. So that could work out. So if you guys are using London, this could be a really good auxiliary to have on her by all means. Cheshire is okay. If you're running Cheshire, that's okay as well too. Neptune, kind of. You can definitely see that. Not serious though, but there's not a lot of options. But as of right now, I can definitely say like London. Any like not like a secondary or like third like DPS on the HMSF could probably benefit off this, assuming they can survive. Like an OS content that can definitely work out. I know London has very low health, but she could work out. Assuming that you're bringing her to OS or whatever. So going back to this kit right here, D-break, stuff like that. Overall, you're better off having this on a Vanguard ship or even a backliner, but I probably wouldn't put on a backliner. Probably Queen Elizabeth because she does the least amount of damage. But you kind of want to have this on another ship because you want her to have this skill right here. Like if you're going to use this auxiliary, you want to have it for this last skill. All HMS ships deal 3% more damage for 8 seconds. And she doesn't get this if she's equipping this by herself. Another ship has to equip this to get the second skill right here. So it's every odd volley as well too. So you want to run a fast gun. Honestly, this gear is just too weird for me. Like the biggest thing to Queen Elizabeth is that she did no damage. Like even if you brought her in, she did no damage. Like what she offers to the team is like nowhere near as good for her to be in the fleet. Like when you look at examples like Nagato buffs carriers extremely hard. That's why she's in a lot of IJN setups even to this day, because her buff is just that good. Even if her damage is like kind of okay-ish, kind of weak, she has a really good buff. Queen Elizabeth right here has no damage. This buff right here is very negligible. Not to mention HMS ships backline don't do like the most damage. Kind of lacking right here. So honestly, like if they were to give her a change, it should have been the augment. Like give her an augment and not a gear. This gear is just whatever, or even a retrofit at this point. A retrofit or an augment would have been fine. And auxiliary is like the last thing you want to give her because it's just too weird. I just don't like this auxiliary. 15 firepower, 12 evasion, 3% buff for 8 seconds. It should have been a lot longer, honestly, because every odd volley. So it's like basically every odd volley is like every 19, 20 seconds, and then another 40 seconds afterwards. So you probably only get this one time. Basically within the 20 seconds to like 28 seconds time frame. And that's it. I mean, I guess it could help for carriers, but like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of this gear by all means. We're getting it in 7 days. By the time the new event comes out, this is when a lot of us should be getting this auxiliary. Go ahead and slap that on her, I guess, but you're better off slapping that on someone other than Queen Elizabeth. But this auxiliary just sucks. I just don't like it. Hopefully they give her a retrofit though, or an augment, because she really needs one, and not a gear auxiliary by all means. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for next one, guys. Thank you for watching as always.